What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all doing absolutely fantastic. And today, as usual, we're gonna continue the book by Cicero on the ideal orator. It's gonna be the 35th part of the third book, so let's get started. True distinction, general questions, thesis. But the highest excellence of eloquence consists in amplifying something by imparting distinction to it. This serves not only to magnify things and raise them to a higher level in your speech, but also to minimize and lower them. It is a requirement for all the elements that are employed, as Antonius has said, in order to secure belief in a speech, whether we expound something or win over the audience's minds or steer their feelings. But amplification is most effective in dealing with the last mentioned element. And this is the unique excellence of the orator, the one that is most his own. An important contribution to all these is made by the faculty that Antonius illustrated at the end of his discussion, having pushed it aside at the beginning. I mean, that of praising and blaming. For nothing is better suited for building up and amplifying a speech than the ability to do both of these with great fullness. Another useful factor is the topics that, although they ought to be appropriate to the individual cases and firmly bound up with their essence, were nonetheless called commonplaces by the ancients, because they are, as a rule, employed when we are dealing with a subject on a general level. They partly consist of bitter, amplified condemnations of or complaints about vices and offenses, which are usually left unanswered and are indeed unanswerable, such as attacks on embezzlement, on treason, and on murder. We should use them only after proving the charges. Otherwise, they are barren and empty. Other commonplaces consists of a plea for mercy or pity, and then there are other consisting of double-edged discussions which offer the possibility of copiously arguing both sides of a general issue. These days, these last practice is considered to be the characteristic of the two philosophical schools that I discussed earlier, but among the ancients, it belonged to those who furnished the entire method and the whole fullness necessary for speaking about matters arising in public life. And rightly so, for we orators too should possess both the power and the art of speaking on both sides of an issue of the topics of virtue, moral duty, the fair and the good, the honorable and the expedient, honor, disgrace, rewards, punishments, and similar subjects. But we have been ousted from our estate and are left with a paltry piece of land, and even that contested. And though we are defenders of others, we have not managed to preserve and protect what is our own. So let us, utterly shameful as it is, borrow what we need from those who have invaded our inherited property. Alright, guys, so we're done with another part, and we're going to continue tomorrow the next one. Thank you for joining me today in these reading sessions. See you tomorrow. Bye.